The signal that changed everything. In the year 2029, scientists at the Deep Space Listening Post in New Zealand picked up something strange. It wasn't a meteor, it wasn't a star, it was a signal. A clean, repeating pattern. Da. Dit. Da. Dit. Pause. Dit. Dit. Da. Not natural, not random. It was a message. At first, they thought it was a glitch. Then, a satellite interference. Then, they thought maybe, just maybe, it was intelligent. But the signal wasn't coming from space. It was coming from beneath Antarctica. The discovery shook the world. Secret agencies, scientists, billionaires, everyone wanted access. Soon, an international team was formed. Dr. Ella Grant, a linguist. Captain Riku Tanaka, a survival expert. And Elias Monroe, a conspiracy theorist turned consultant. They traveled to the coordinates deep inside the frozen continent. And what they found wasn't ice, it was a door. Half frozen, metallic, humming faintly with the same rhythm as the signal. They opened it. Behind the door was a tunnel of smooth walls, perfectly carved, like no human hand could have made it. As they went deeper, strange things began to happen. Ayla started dreaming in a language she didn't know. Riku saw reflections in the ice that weren't theirs. Ilias's old journal began writing itself, and then the tunnel opened into a chamber. With no ceiling, just stars, but they were underground. In the center of the chamber floated a sphere, metallic, levitating, pulsing with the same signal. They called it the core. When Ella touched it, everything changed. She saw visions, not memories, not hers, at least. Whole civilizations, cities that floated. Creatures made of light, wars fought in silence. And above all, a warning, greater than you are the last echo. The silence follows. Then everything went black. When she woke up, 3 seconds had passed. But the others had been watching her frozen for 3 days. She was different. She could now speak every language. Read every code, hear every thought in the room. And she knew what the message meant. It wasn't from aliens. It wasn't from Earth. It was from Earth's first civilization, the one erased by time over 500,000 years ago. One that had created the core to survive a coming storm, a storm that now returned. As they left the chamber, the ice above them started to melt unnaturally fast. From the core, a second message began, greater than awakened the others. The end is not the end. That night, every satellite on Earth went offline for 7 minutes. When they came back, all GPS maps had changed. New landmasses had appeared, islands that weren't there before. Somewhere out there, more cores were waking up. Ella knew what they had to do next, but she also knew. They weren't the only ones who had received the signal, and not all who listened wanted to save the world.